I'm Susan Bond, and this is my good friend Dave Hansen. Join us for MacCasts. We guarantee you a feel-good story and great free resources.
We're new, we're fun, and we're putting community back into commerce.
Hi, Michelle Barber here, aka Style Queenie, and I wanted to drop by and talk to you a little bit about a personal experience that I had. Are you like me, and when you were younger you thought turning 40 or 50 just seemed so old or seemed like so far away? Well, I think that stigma kind of stayed with me when I turned 40, and especially since I just turned 50. In fact, I just had my husband take me on a trip because I didn't want to be around people and have them asking me about how old I was turning on my birthday, because I was actually feeling a little bit in mourning for the loss of my 40s. It's crazy. I was so caught up in worrying what other people might think or how they might see me differently, because I was now this milestone of 50 when really I didn't feel any older. In fact, it is crazy that we would allow somebody to make us feel a certain way or allow ourselves to feel that certain way when we're really not anything. I mean, we are going to be getting older. We have no choice about whether we are physically getting older or not. But what we do have control over is how we feel when we are turning those ages. So while we were on our vacation, as the days were leading up to me turning 50, I actually found myself not really letting myself go. I was kind of in anticipation of the actual turning 50. I'm not quite sure what I was expecting was going to happen. Maybe it was like something like, I don't know, do you guys remember the Y2K thing? And suddenly everybody thought that it was going to be this major catastrophe. I don't know if that's what I was thinking, but on the days leading up to me turning 50, I was kind of depressed. I kind of didn't let myself go. And so what I realized is that I was allowing just something as simple as being a certain age to affect how I felt. You may recall in one of my other podcasts, I talked about how your confidence shouldn't necessarily just come from one thing. It comes from multiple things. So if we allow ourselves to consider different things about ourselves that are great, like it could be your talents, your achievements, it could be how you look, your goodness, how are you on the inside, how do you treat people, and how do you help others? If we consider those things and we allow those things to make us feel good about ourselves, then one thing, just like age, is not going to completely affect us. And so what I did is, as I was feeling these things, I started to kind of think about the things that were great about where I was, what I'd learned over the years, who I had become, all of the empowering things that I had done in my life, and how I would not have been able to do them if I had not reached this certain age. So I don't think I have it all figured out. I don't think that I am ever going to have everything figured out, but I'm certainly trying. And I have control over how I react to certain things. So here's a picture of me while we were on our trip, absolutely letting go, jumping into a waterfall, because I was not going to let my age define who I was. Now, I'll tell you, I'm not, at one point, I was never really big about sharing very personal things because it meant that I had to be vulnerable. And you may be asking yourself why I've decided to do that now. Well, I'll tell you exactly why. Is because I don't think I'm the only person that has ever felt this way. I don't think I'm the only one that has a stigma about turning a certain age or being a certain size or anything like this, anything that affects us. So that's why I wanted to share, because I think it's when you come from a place of vulnerability, it means that you're authentic and people are much more likely to be able to relate to you. So that's why I wanted to share it with you. I have things going on with me. I don't have everything all put together, but I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm allowing myself to fall down and pick myself up. I've had a lot of people tell me that once they reach a certain age that they feel like they could not be who they needed to be. Once you turn 40, I've actually had people say, well, she shouldn't have her hair that long. Once you reach a certain age, you should suddenly now have your hair cut shorter. Or you should dress more conservatively. You should never wear anything above your knee. You should never do anything like that. Well, I don't believe in that. I think that just because you're a certain age doesn't mean that you should change who you are. You don't want to be a different person just because you reach a certain age. So why would you ever allow anybody else, or even yourself, to make you feel like you cannot act the way you are? So again, I wanted to share this story because I wanted to let you know that you all have permission to be exactly who you are. I know I don't need permission to feel a certain way. I don't need permission to be who I am, so neither should you. You guys are amazing, and I just wanted to let you know that if you are authentically yourself and you know exactly who you are, then you will never need permission to feel glorious and wonderful about yourself. So with all of that being said, I hope that you can take just a little snippet from what I've just talked about and my vulnerability, because it is 100% real. I did have a problem with my birthday, but now, even though it was only a few weeks ago, I'm working my way through it. I'm getting there. So I wanted to drop this with you and let you know you guys are amazing, and I hope you will check out stylequeenie.com, download this podcast, let me know any feedback you have, and until the next time, cheerio.
I'm Susan Bond, and this is my good friend Dave Hansen. Join us for MacCasts. We guarantee you a feel-good story and great free resources.
We're new, we're fun, and we're putting community back into commerce.